discard sourdough crackers today. So this is not active, has been in the fridge. It's 200 grams of starter, but we didn't feed it, it's just right out of the fridge. And then it's only 4 ingredients to make this. It's 1 cup of flour. They're good. And then 1 teaspoon of salt. And then 4 tablespoons of butter. And then what we're going to do is we're going to mix that together really well. I'm just using this really cool whisk. And then once it comes together really well, we're going to put it in a container. We're going to let it chill out in the fridge for at least a half an hour. It says you can let it in there for up to 2 days or up to a day, but I don't know. I can't vouch for that. I've only ever done this right away. So I'm going to let this go back into the fridge, let it chill out for about 30 minutes, get it back out. It should be stiffer. And then we're going to roll it out and make some crackers. All right, it's been in the fridge for probably an hour, hour and a half. So I took the dough and I split it into 2 pieces. And this is kind of the most important part. So it's on some parchment paper. And you want to roll it out as flat as you can. Because you want it to be like really thin. If it's thick, you're going to have like weirdly thick crackers. And you don't want that. They just don't get crispy. And they're kind of, I don't know, it's not great. So, probably should be floured a little bit more. So while you're doing this, make sure that you're preheating the oven to 350. Probably clear wrap would work better, but you know, I committed to this. Like I said, it's okay if it gets kind of wonky. It doesn't have to be perfect in shape. I think it actually looks better when it's not perfect in shape. I think they say like 1/4 of an inch. But you really want to get it thin. So oh, it's kind of crinkly there. I need redone. Like I said, you have 2 pieces. Let's see if we can get this about. And I'm probably just going to put salt on mine. Some people put that what is that called? Everything bagel seasoning on there. We don't really care for that very much, but you could. Stick into this a little bit. I should probably put a little bit more flour on. But it's getting pretty thin. It's looking really good. I'm actually going to peel this off and put a little more flour on it because it's starting to stick too much. I just think that that's going to be a pain for me when I go to. Yeah, it's really sticky. Okay, so that's almost good. I'm gonna make it a little bit thinner. This is almost one of those things where you can't be too thin. But these will bake at 350 for 20 to 25 minutes. Let's see how this is. Yeah, I'd say this is about as thin as they're gonna get without completely sticking to this. Definitely recommend stopping and taking your time to put some flour on there. Yeah, it looks really thin. I might get this in a little bit. Yeah, so you're just gonna wanna brush it with a little bit of olive oil and put some whatever you want on top of it. So I'll come back and show you what that looks like. Yeah, so now we're gonna just put some olive oil on top. You can see that they're nice and thin because you do not want thick crackers. They will not be good. Like I said, I'm just doing salt on top of mine because we're boring people here and we accept that. Alright, that looks good. And then I've got my older pizza cutter, so don't mind how wobbly it's gonna be. It's not too bad. And you could cut them into perfect little squares. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna make mine into like long, skinny pieces. We're gonna bake them for 25 minutes. I'm gonna turn them halfway through. It's like 14-minute-ish mark. And I'm gonna get this one, and we'll come back and show you what these look like when they come out of the oven. All right, I actually baked mine more like 30 minutes because I want to be crispy and not weird, but here they are. Here's my tray. You can see they're kind of brown. Other. See if they're kind of crispy. This one's even like a thicker one. Oh, it's hot. It's like it just came out of the oven or something. Yeah, it's pretty crispy. I can't touch this because it's too hot. But you can see the thinner ones are a little bit better. And we're going to have them here in a little bit. Just make sure you store them in a nice closed container once they cool all the way.